How's it going? Today I wanted to make a follow-up on my first video where I went over the entirety of my LEGO collection, and since that was a few months ago, I wanted to make a new one because the collection has gotten a lot bigger. I now have a LEGO City that was not here at all in any capacity when I first made that video, and on top of the city, obviously, there are lots of new sets in my collection. There's new shelves, and it's just grown enough that I want to make a new video to accurately show off the collection. And I definitely want to make a video like this every couple months, or whenever I do feel like the collection has grown to an extent where the previous video isn't really accurate or good enough anymore. So I'm going to start making videos like this every few months. In this video, I'm also going to talk about some of the stuff I want to do in the future and some of the next things I want to work on. And yeah, that's what the plan is. So I'm going to start with these shelves behind me, I think. Alright, so if you've seen any of my videos and this one isn't your first, you're going to know already that I am a very big LEGO Star Wars fan, and that a lot of my collection, probably most of it honestly, is LEGO Star Wars. So starting over with the LEGO Star Wars stuff, up top we do have the Tantive 4 and the UCS Imperial Star Destroyer with one of the Sith art sets back there. That's the one for Darth Maul. Below that, up top here, we have some of the Clone Wars era sets with my clone army. I have 6 501st battle packs. It's not that many, but it does fill out that space pretty nice. I did put away most, or 4 of each of those vehicles to clear up some shelf space and make room for Anakin ships there. Next to that, you do have the opposing army with the droid army. I have 4 of the AATs. I have a droid gunship, a Grievous starfighter, and a mostly finished, I think it's a tank droid back there. I got that used. And the opposing droid army there, of course, with General Grievous next to them. Over here, I have the kind of Boba Fett shelf. I have the big UCS Slave 1 and the 20th anniversary Slave 1, along with one of the little Advent calendar builds. And on this shelf, I used to have the Boba Fett helmet, but as you'll see, I have a special spot for all of the helmet sets. Elsewhere, I do know that there is a $50, I believe, Slave 1 coming out this year. That is a rumor / leak, and that will be joining the shelf when that does come out. Moving down here, we have one of the more recent UCS sets with the A-Wing, and I have the, I believe it's a 2019 A-Wing there on the left for Rise of Skywalker, and this is kind of like the A-Wing shelf at the moment. That's because I am a big fan of the A-Wing. That is my favorite Rebel / Resistance ship. And when I got the UCS A-Wing, I figured it deserved its own little spot right there. Moving over, as you can see and as I was talking about, you have all of the Star Wars helmet sets, including all of the newer ones that just came out on April 26th. You have Boba Fett, the TIE Fighter pilot, Darth Vader in the middle, the Scout Trooper, and the regular Stormtrooper. And above that, you do have the Resistance ITS transport ship from Rise of Resistance and Galaxy's Edge at Disney World, and the Resistance Y-Wing. Moving over here, you do have a couple of X-Wings with this cool little 3D printed decal wall art thing I printed there. You have the 2015 one from The Force Awakens. That's Poe's X-Wing there, which I think is just fantastic looking. I think that's the coolest color scheme they could have gone with. And the one that I'm not the biggest fan of, especially for the colors, this is, I believe, the 2019 one. But that one did finish off the collection with the Knights of Ren and came with the cool, I believe her name was Janna figure. It's the only set she comes in, so I didn't want to miss out on her. Moving down, you have all of the not Star Wars helmet sets. You have Iron Man, Carnage, Venom, and the Batman cowl. Moving down here, you have a lot of like the buildable figures, statues, kind of UCS sets with Dio, Grogu, or the Child, or Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call him. The brand new R2-D2 from the May the 4th of 2021, and Yoda next to him. Over here, you have a shelf that is gonna be going away soon. This is a lot of smaller sets, a lot of Micro Fighters, Luke's Landspeeder, some like Advent Calendar builds and figs I didn't know where to put. Next to that and under the A-Wing we have the Mandalorian shelf. Mando is definitely one of my new favorite Star Wars characters, and the show is fantastic. And with the sets that came out for the show, I definitely wanted to give it its own shelf. You of course have the Brickheads over there. You have the little tiny Razor Crest build from the Advent Calendar. The a lot bigger than the small one there, Razor Crest from 2020. You have the AT-ST Raider, and you have the Trouble on Tatooine and Mandalorian Battle Pack there. And right here you have the whole, main cast and crew, or main cast of characters, along with a custom Cobb Vanth I made. Moving down one more shelf, you have the Bespin Duel set on the left there. That was a Comic-Con exclusive that got released online, and was pretty hard to get, but I got lucky and got one. And the $90 remake of the Death Star Final Duel that came out last year. Moving down to the bottom, we have the 2019 Millennium Falcon and the gift with purchase for 2021's May the 4th event with the Tatooine Homestead. Moving over to the bottom shelf in the middle, you have the two Resistance. I believe the show's called Star Wars Resistance. It's been a minute since I've watched it. But these are the cool TIE fighters from that show. They're very cool designs, very unique. Obviously, they only showed up in that one kind of not memorable animated show, and not really attached to them. No real attachment. They're cool, they look great, but this is gonna be another one of those shelves that gets emptied when new sets come out this year. And moving down here, you do get the kind of Kylo Ren and First Order shelf. I have Kylo Ren Shuttle from 2019, the Final Order TIE Fighter, or as everyone calls it, the Dorito TIE Fighter in the middle there, and the Knights of Ren transport ship. And taking a break from Star Wars, we move over a bit and we have some Ideas sets. We have the Ideas Fossils on the bottom there. Moving up, you have the newer Medieval Blacksmith, which I am a huge fan of. This is definitely one of my favorite sets. Absolutely amazing build. I did do a review on this set if you want to check it out. And joining the minifigs at the Blacksmith, I do have the Centaur Lady from the newest CMF line. Moving up here, you do have the Ideas Treehouse set, which is another one of my absolute favorite builds. I did go with the autumn colors on this because it just looks better in my opinion. And moving up here, we do have another LEGO Ideas set with Barracuda Bay. I did go to display this as the main build and not the kind of more traditional looking pirate ship, because this just looks unbelievable. It's so cool, it's so amazing looking. I am a big fan of pirates, not just LEGO, but just the whole pirate craze in general. So this set was an absolute must buy for me, and it does not disappoint. Every time I walk in here, this is one of the first sets I look at every time. Moving over, we have a lot of empty space. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of it yet. I do know for sure I want Mos Eisley to go here, and I'll probably have that Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship to go there next to the Barracuda Bay when I end up buying that. But moving over, we do have a pretty big Hoth setup, Battle of Hoth, that I made. I do have the UCS Assault on Hoth in the back there, along with 2 of the 2020 AT-ATs. I have a Snowspeeder tripping one up, and if you go around and look, you do have Luke climbing up the grappling hook on the other one to blow it up from the inside, which is all pretty cool. And above that, you do have a pretty cool, another like kind of action scene with a TIE fighter chasing an X-Wing. These are both the 2021 models from, are these 2021 or 2020? I don't remember, but these are the newest X-Wing and TIE fighter that you can buy. They're both downsized a bit, they're both a bit cheaper, but I'm still a huge fan of them, and they look great when you hang them up like this. Moving down to next to my computer, or well, on top of my computer, you do have the new Imperial Probe Droid, which is fantastic looking. This is one of my favorite looking droids from the franchise, and the LEGO version is just unbelievable. It's so good looking, and it looks great on top of my computer. right next to all the other Hoth sets. Moving over to the right, you do have the Saturn V up there, along with a few other space sets, and Amelia Earhart, the gift with purchase. I am getting the Discovery, the new 18 plus space set from LEGO, and it is obviously going right there to kind of complete the NASA space collection here, and that's gonna look just fantastic. Cannot wait to get that. And next to that, you do have the Ultimate Sith Art. If you buy 3 of the Sith Art sets, you can go online and get the instructions to build this behemoth, and it is just absolutely amazing. Another wall-mounted set over here, you do have the new LEGO Batwing. This is a set that you can mount on the wall, and it looks unbelievably good when you mount it on the wall. It does come with an optional stand that I did not use, obviously. I don't think it does any justice to the set to have it displayed like that. So I, from day one, had it mounted on the wall like this. Moving over, we have more 80s movie sets with the Ecto-1 from the Ghostbusters right here. And the other 1989 Batman set with the Batmobile. And finally, for this room, the biggest change from my last video, I have a LEGO City now. So there it is. Obviously a good amount of modulars. I have all of the modulars that are currently released, and I am looking to get a bunch of retired ones as soon as I can. I'm more interested in getting some of the newer LEGO sets that are on shelves currently, but at some point in the future I will be getting retired modulars. The next one I want to get is the Palace Cinema, and it will be filling in that blank spot back there next to Assembly Square. I have my big park that I made, and I have this car wash, this big construction site where 4 more modulars are going to go, but I wasn't a big fan of the big empty space there, so I figured I'd come up with a fun way to fill it in, so I made a construction site. And over to the side of that, we do have the beginnings of my amusement park. Right now it's just a roller coaster and the haunted house, and kind of a big empty area. When I start working on the city more, I do want to make a wall and a nice entrance for the amusement park, finish up this little parking lot here, and add some life to it. But for now, that's the amusement park. That's gonna do it for the office, which is also known as the Lego room. But in our living room, right under the TV, we have the big Harry Potter Hogwarts castle, which is just an unbelievable looking build. You have Quidditch next to that, which obviously isn't the same scale, but my girlfriend wanted that next to it, thinks it looks cool as it kind of like makes sense next to the castle, and I couldn't agree more. Over here on the shelf, we obviously have a lot of little gift with purchases and smaller sets that I felt were cute enough to have on display somewhere. And above that, we do have the Ideas Doctor Who set. And moving over to the shelf over here, we do have some Harry Potter minifigs there, the Harry Potter Moments classrooms, the textbooks there with the gift with purchase Monster Book of Monsters there. Those look great on the shelf next to all of my girlfriend's Harry Potter books. They kind of blend in really nice, but as we all know, they are Lego, so it's kind of cool there. And up here we do have the massive and one of my favorite sets, the Diagon Alley from 2020. This set does go really wide. And then next to that we do have the Attack on the Burrows, the Night Bus, and a few other smaller Harry Potter sets there. And then the only thing that we have in the bedroom is Hedwig. Alright, I'm moving back into the living room for a second to talk about Hogwarts, because this set, I believe, is going to be moving. I want to get the UCS Millennium Falcon. That is the second biggest Lego set ever made. Actually, the set we're looking at right now with Hogwarts is the third biggest set ever made. But I have been looking at the Millennium Falcon, and obviously finding the thing in stock anywhere and also affording it are two very big roadblocks to getting it. But the third and probably biggest is space. You know, we live in a 2-bedroom apartment and this set is absolutely massive, so it definitely is going to be hard to find room for it. But on one of the vertical stands you can buy, I think it would fit perfectly here under the TV. But then that presents the issue of having Hogwarts go somewhere else. The idea I have for that is moving it over here where this little wand and lightsaber setup is. I'm thinking about extending this shelf into the corner and out this way a bit and having it kind of, you know, be the exact kind of shape as Hogwarts and really make this really cool corner shelf over here, and then obviously moving this into the bedroom or a different wall or something. In my last video I said that we were gonna make this and we still haven't done it, but in that box we did buy it. Over on this wall, I'll put a picture up on screen now of what we're talking about, but we want to have a big map of the world right there, which we did buy. It's a wooden world map wall art from Etsy and it looks great. It's gonna be a lot of work to put it up, so we haven't done that yet, but we did see some people on Reddit in the Facebook group I'm in make this really cool display for the architecture skyline sets. So we want to put this up and kind of do our own version. So eventually this wall will be a lot less blank. But yeah, that's going to do it for the May 2021 LEGO collection update. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'm always down there answering comments. I love that I would love for there to be a conversation down there. I love to have discussions. I love talking about LEGO. That's the only reason I really do these videos. It's a great creative outlet, along with LEGO being a great creative outlet. And I love talking about LEGO, so I love for people to comment and ask questions, make advice, you know, make comments about things they want to see me do in the city, for example, or, you know, give opinion on a review I just did, or anything like that. So if you have anything to say, I'm down there. If you want to say anything, I'll respond and I'll have a nice conversation. But yeah, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.